7:43. What a great song to bring you back to BT on this Thursday morning. And nice to have you with us. We're talking about a pretty miraculous story of survival in the local wilderness. And we want to introduce you to Sandra, Doris, and Steve. And we're going to get to the three of you in just a moment. But the reason we're really here today is because, Sandra, something happened to you when you went for a hike with your friend in the Burke Mountain area just a couple of weeks ago. What happened?
Right. On that beautiful sunny afternoon, we decided to go up one of the trails and turn around a bit early because it was getting a little dark and we didn't think we'd make it to the viewpoint. So we turned around about 20 minutes into our descent. My right foot simply turned on a rock, and then I put my left foot down to stop myself, and it really stopped me short. And I went right down and had broken my leg. I didn't know at the time, but suffered an injury. Couldn't get out of my crutch or my crouch position, so I had my phone with me. We both had fully charged phones. Doris's was off for the way up, and still had hers off, so she had 100%. I phoned 911, went through everything with them. They contacted SAR right away, and within about an hour and a half, SAR showed up to make sure that we made our way down.
An hour and a half. I was saying to you, like, I've had pizza that takes longer to get to my house than an hour and a half. And that's a pretty good and quick response time, I would say. But for you, watching your friend, be injured, what goes through your mind in this kind of a situation when you're out in the middle of nowhere and your companion is injured?
Well, it was scary at first. When the darkness set in, that's when it started to become like real. When are they going to come? And yeah, but when they did come, the first three came, and then the rest of them came about an hour later. They were very professional. Everyone seemed to know what their job was, and we felt very safe.
And obviously, I mean, you're nursing some crutches here, and you're still recovering. How are you doing right now?
It's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks before I'm weight bearing. I spent, was it 8 or 9 days in the hospital waiting for surgery for the most part. They actually got me out, and that was the part that I thought would be the hardest. But in fact, they made it, me feel so safe the whole way. I did have Doris had given me her coat, her spare coat. She had a pack that I could sit on while we were waiting. So we were really not uncomfortable. We were just waiting for them to come, and just after the dusk is when the first three showed up, and they made sure that we were safe right away and warm and did everything they needed to do medically. The
volunteers and all the first responders are amazing people, we should say, right? But Steve, it sounds like, I mean, they did what I think a lot of people do. They had their phones with them. The conditions seemed to be fine. They trusted their gut instinct. What could they have done to be better prepared for a situation like this?
I mean, they did pretty well in the fact that they did the trip planning beforehand. They let someone know that they were going out and where they were going out. They researched the route beforehand. They had cell phone charges right up there, so that was good. If it had not gone as well, so having a headlamp like this would have been a good idea. A whistle to attract the SAR rescuers, tell them where they are, and a little survival blanket like this also is great because it keeps the heat in.
We have a list of like the top 10 things I think that we recommend that people have. There's too many items on there for me to list them, obviously, but having a phone, you were telling me as well, isn't always necessarily the best thing for someone to have out there on a hike.
Yeah, I mean, having the reliance on it, a phone, the battery can die, you can drop it in water, you can break it. Also, a lot of phone apps, they don't have accurate maps on, so those can lead people astray as well. So it's good to have a phone as a backup, but the traditional map, compass, the essentials are all things that everyone must put in before their phone.
Last word goes to you two. If you had a word of wisdom as we go to break here to people who are watching this, lots of people go hiking in Metro Vancouver, what would you say to someone from your experience?
Just, again, be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared. And thank you to SAR, because we're so lucky that our communities have them.
They do incredible work,
Yeah.
and we're happy that you're going to be okay. Thank you very much for coming in, the three of you. We'll take a break. More